And how's it going, guys? Josh Olufemii here, live from Los Angeles, California. And this video is brought to you by Envato Elements, but more on that later. In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 VFX techniques that I found on the internet that I think you should know about. Let's get started. All right, this first video is by Jesse Driftwood, the legend. This is pretty sick. He's jumping from building to building. Obviously, that's not actually happening. It's a cool drone shot though. They shot him running on grass and then they are compositing that onto the drone footage. That's actually done pretty well. They very much extended that part when he was in the air, I think by slowing down the footage so that he seemed to be jumping for longer than he actually did. And I'm assuming they did that by shooting at a higher frame rate, like maybe 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second. By slowing it down, they were able to lengthen the time that it seemed like he was airborne. One of the things I really liked is they seem to match the lighting really well. It can be really easy to get the lighting wrong when you're trying to composite one scene into another scene. They shot both scenes outside during the same time of day and with the sun coming from the same direction, it looked like. Those fake clouds that they tracked in as the camera moved forward really added to the depth of the scene really well. I loved it. Guys, this is the 3rd video in the 5 VFX techniques series, and I hope you guys have been inspired and entertained, but most of all, I hope that you approach this series in 2 phases. First, I hope that you view each video that we're looking at in awe, and then I hope soon later you realize that this complicated effect that you're seeing implemented in this video is actually not as complicated as you may think. What I'm doing is I'm going over all the main tools that are used to make these cool effects, mainly in After Effects. And I'm hoping that the more you learn and understand how these tools are applied, that the reverse engineering process becomes easier and easier. And then you will then be able to go off by yourself and then create really cool effects on your own and make your own original content to wow your clients and your social media audience. The power's in your hands, guys. Let's keep going. All right, guys, next shot looks like it was shot by an FPV drone. This is crazy sick. And there is definitely some compositing going on. It looks like you have one main shot where you're flying out and into this arch. If you were in After Effects, you'd basically see that hole of the arch and then you'd basically just cut out that hole. And then in that hole, you'd place that extra footage from like 5 seconds before you get to the arch. And then you keep repeating it and repeating it. All right, next video. This is dope. This is by Anton Valner. We're looking at skateboarding. This is dope. Okay. This is a really cool example of camera tracking. And basically what's happening is frames, video stills are being taken of this guy at certain cool trick points when he's on his skateboard. And then he's being cut out. And that stationary frame of him doing some cool trick is then tracked to a specific point in the footage. And as the camera is going forward, because the entire frame is being tracked in virtual 3D space, as the camera goes forward, if say the skateboard that's cut out is tracked to the rail, as the rail moves past the camera, the thing that's sticking to the camera is gonna move past the camera as well. All right, next video. This is by Curly Kid Life. I love his Instagram page. These videos actually getting a lot of traction. He did a lot of different versions of this video where he took someone famous, whether it be a politician or a musician, DJ, etc., etc. And then he actually filmed himself or some other person wearing something similar and then mimicked the arm and hand movements, except they made them do something funny underneath as opposed to what they're actually doing, which is dope. This is the type of thing that any one of you guys could do. You guys don't have to be a VFX After Effects whiz. You guys could actually probably do this right in Premiere or any video editor. Guys, we're gonna take a moment and shout out our channel sponsor, Envato Elements. Envato Elements is a subscription service that allows you unlimited downloads to a library of literally millions of really cool digital assets, whether it be stock footage, title packs, VFX packs, transition packs, literally anything you could ever dream of having as an editor. I like to call it the Netflix of video editing, and it gets even better. If you click on the link below and subscribe to the annual plan, you can get a 50% discount, which will allow you to get an entire year of Elements for the equivalent of about $16.50 a month. You gotta check it out. Every subscription really helps the channel. That's it. Add over, subscribe to Envato Elements, and let's keep going. All right, last video we have here. we have a dog. I love dogs. He is like a massive Clifford-like specimen. And the question is, how is this guy doing this? It took me a few rounds to figure out most of these. I didn't quite get the last one, but a lot of these are being done by shooting the dog in the exact same environment as he is, so that the lighting matches, whether it be the color temperature as well as the actual light direction. So say, you know, his dog is walking beside him, but he's big, they're gonna shoot that with the dog obviously normal size walking beside him, so that the lighting's the same, and maybe, you know, draping a green screen around him. And then they're going to cut him out and then blow him up, place him in the same scene, maybe add a bigger shadow, and voila. You can actually see in some of these scenes that the way that the dog was rotoscoped out wasn't like exactly perfect. You can kind of see some bad edges. As far as just the shadows were done really well. Even the contact shadow that you can see between the dog's like snout and the brown fence as he's leaning over, that would have had to have been done in post. I thought that was a, you know, attention to detail. That was beautiful. Guys, thanks so much for watching yet another episode of 5 VFX techniques that I found on the internet that you should know about. If you'd like to see more of this series, feel free to leave a comment below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and also check out Envato elements in the link below. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, remember to keep it chill.